a potential client called today thinking about buying a duplex in Culver City. The tenant is over 62, has been there 15 to 20 years. Unfortunately, you're never going to be able to terminate that tenancy. So if you are thinking about buying it, the best option would be to negotiate some type of cash for keys to get them out. But good luck. When you have somebody that has been in their home that long, it's really hard. But the cash for keys is certainly, I always recommend the owner to try to negotiate that without an attorney, because once an attorney becomes involved, they think it's hostile and they want to go get their own attorney, and then they go get some tenant protection attorney that's going to jack it up and make it very unreasonable. So if there is some kind of ongoing relationship with the tenant and the owner, I highly recommend that the owner have these conversations on a very nice, friendly level. Look, I'm trying to sell, or I want to do an owner occupancy or whatever it is. What can we do to work this out?
Do you, but behind the scenes, you're advising your client as far as the paperwork and the process still?
Yes.
Okay. And so at the end, if it comes to some agreement, I would imagine you're helping them formulate some sort of a written agreement that they would then take and sign in exchange for a check or something like that.
Correct.
Do you have can you share like a range of what you see as cash for keys? Because I've seen, I interviewed, I don't know if you're David Bornstein, he's from San Francisco, and he's an eviction attorney specialist. And he was talking about some pretty big numbers. I've seen sellers, buyers offer, I've never seen tenants accept $40,000, $50,000. I've seen real estate where it made sense if we could get them to take $50,000, and buyers or prospects are shocked when they say, well, we'll offer them $50,000. And I would say the tenants already declined that number. Am I using some old numbers? Are there hard numbers that you see tenants accepting and closing deals on, or what do you see as a range?
So I can see some of the questions. I want everybody to know that I am not licensed in any other state than California. I practice in Southern California, mostly in Los Angeles County. So anything I'm talking about doesn't go beyond California, and specifically in the county, because I do see some people saying like Georgia and Seattle. I have no idea. I cannot advise on anything outside of California. In the city of LA, there is dollar amount set for properties that what are called rent stabilized properties. And in that instance, it ranges from about $8,800 if you're a mom and pop for owner occupancy to about $20,000 or $30,000 that is required as relocation. However, I've negotiated cash for keys for much less, between like 5 and 10. But I've had instances where, tenants have, kicked 30 to 40 out, and say, I'm not even interested. Right. But I would say that the typical range is somewhere between that 8,800 and the 30,000.
But that number for the RSO is not guaranteed to a new buyer, meaning just because they want to relocate and are willing to pay that maximum amount doesn't mean they get the tenant to agree to that, correct?
The tenant can refuse.
Right, and then you're stuck, and there's really no way to force them out in those circumstances.